Welcome, everyone. We are delighted you could join us today for the today's session. And I'll be hosting this webinar alongside with Tom from Hyvä. We have been partnering quite some time now. Before we begin, just some logistics here. The webinar will last for about 40 to 45 minutes, and the Q&A session will follow at the end. Please feel free to drop your questions during the presentation in the Q&A box. We'll do our best to answer as many as possible. We'll be answering them live here. If there are questions that require information and you would like us to email you, we can do that as well. We will be also sharing our contact information, so you're welcome to reach out and to ask your questions in the emails. Just a quick point here as well that the today's session is being recorded. So if you need to step out or you want to revisit some part, the recording will be available afterwards. I think this is pretty much it, and we can move on to the main part of the presentation. I'll just do a quick stop to quickly recognize our partners here. They are all listed. This is our media partners. We have been working together, and they're all listed on the slide. You might be familiar with some of them. The Mage Fund, this is a provider of e-commerce and Magento extension. They help sellers expand stores and share great insights and ideas on how to help providers and sellers. BSS Commerce is a commerce agency. They also support merchants with custom developments and implementing solutions for businesses of various sizes and setups. And the Mage Store, they specialize in e-commerce solutions and also extensions for Magento. So if you need help, reach out to the partners here. I'm sure you'll get great help with the stores and setups that you need. Okay, I'll just thank you all once again, and I think we can start the main part of the presentation, and I welcome Tom to tell us a little bit more detail about Hyvä and how it can help sellers on Magento.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Quick introduction about myself. My name is Tom. I'm the partner marketing manager at Hyvä. I've been working at Hyvä for a year now. Before that, I worked for a Magento development agency. I've worked for a Magento hosting company, and I started off my career as a online marketer for a Magento 1 store back in the day. So for some reason, have been around in the Magento ecosystem for almost 10 years now. Also co-organizing Meet Magento Netherlands myself. So yeah, that's in short what I do. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Hyvä does today. So in short, we offer lightweight, ultra-fast and time-saving Magento solutions, but we will deep dive into those solutions in this presentation. So I first wanted to start off with explaining what Hyvä means. It's a Finnish word and it means good, desirable, trustworthy. Many people say Hyvä or Hyvä or yeah, you see some different pronunciations mentioned on the right. We listen to every single one of them. And yeah, the Finnish meaning of the name is ingrained in our DNA, and we set out to build the best Magento products we possibly can, who bring value to both the merchants or the owner of the online store, as the developers who develop the store, as the agencies who work on the store, and then ultimately the end user of the Magento-based website. Yes, so a little overview of what I'm going to discuss today. So I first wanted to start off with the business impact we have been doing over the past couple of years, who've been using Hyvä, our product suite, then our latest product, Hyvä Commerce, a little bit in the pricing, and I have also a roadmap slide included, which you can scan the QR code with, so you can see what features we are working on later. But first, the business impact. Yeah, so in short, an overview. We have been active in more than 90 countries at the moment. There are over 6.7 thousand live sites using our theme. There's 8,000 GitLab developers. We have 1.2 million package installs per month. Worldwide, we work with over 850 development agencies, where I think more or less 500, 450 are in our partner program. There's a bunch of compatible extensions with our front end, and we have over 6.5 thousand developers on our Slack environment. Yes, a short overview of our ecosystem. So we work for a small mid-market, but also enterprise online stores who are active in B2C, B2B, but also direct to consumer, basically active in all sectors and verticals. And we do it for Magento open source, MageOS, but also Adobe Commerce. And here you see some of our names or our brands that use our products. And then we have a bunch of technology partners as well, such as M2E. Technology partners are basically solutions that are involved with our products in one way or another. So some have integrations with our theme or our checkout, but you also see hosting companies, extension modules, like Anna mentioned before, Sunset Security. So it's a wide range of different kinds of companies and solutions that we partner up with. Yeah, and then some statistics on the adoption of the Hyvä theme. So at the moment, I've put in this data yesterday. So there's over 6.7K live stores using our theme. You can kind of see the adoption trend in the graph on the left. And on the right, you see an overview of other countries with the live stores. So we are a Dutch based and born company. So we have over 1.5K stores live. The US is following closely, and then you have the UK, Germany, Belgium, France, Italy as let's say the top top 6 or 7. I wanted to talk in more detail about the theme, but first the full lineup of our Hyvä products. I will go into detail about every single one of them in the next slide. So we can dive into that straight away. So 5 years ago, we started with the Hyvä theme. It's basically our base product. Just to give you a little bit of a history about how the theme was developed. So our founder Willem, he wanted to make a rather basic Magento 2 store for his wife, who is a goldsmith, and he wasn't able to get the store very fast and performant out of the box, which was kind of weird because there was not much difficulty to the Magento store. So out of frustration, he was looking for, he was a front-end developer, or actually he still is a front-end developer, but he started to look at, where does a bad performance for this store come from? And the front-end performance has always been quite a challenge in Magento. And out of frustration, he started rebuilding a new front-end for Magento, which he completely did from scratch. He used a different technology stack to what the native front-end Luma has for Magento. So he used Alpine for JavaScript and Tailwind for CSS. And that ultimately he got rid of all the things in the front end that weren't needed. So the amount of page requests by default that Luma does is 230. He cut that down to only 5. And by doing so, also the page weight lowered tremendously. So there is like a 89% difference in terms of page weight when you compare it to Luma. And that, of course, ensures a very performant Magento 2 store. So, of course, the performance of a store is impacted by many things, also marketing or other connections you have within your store. But ultimately, our team makes sure your store passes core web vitals out of the box. And hopefully for you, it's all common knowledge that the faster your site is, the better it performs in terms of SEO. So you end up higher in all the search engines, but also consumers simply like faster stores better than slow ones. So your conversion rate goes up, and your bounce rate and those kind of statistics go down. And ultimately, we always say that our Hyvä team offers the best return on investment in the market. because it uses a more modern technology stack for developers, it's way faster to make changes to. So on the one hand, your conversion rate and your performance goes up, but your cost on development and time to market go down. And luckily, to end off this part is that the team has been out for a couple of years now. We are in our 6th year at the moment, and most, if not all, extension providers have made their extensions compatible. Great question, and also a nice bridge to the next slide, because it doesn't cost anything anymore. So we have open sourced our theme at the end of last year, which makes it for free now. Of course, because you need to rebuild your front end for your Magento or Adobe Commerce store. This will take some time, but the theme itself doesn't cost anything anymore. And why did we open source our Hyvä theme? To really give an impulse to the open source and Magento ecosystem. So we are, by open sourcing our theme, we are allowing others to build commercial products on top of our free theme, including accelerators. So accelerators are, let's say a package of a certain Magento solutions combined in one solution, which we call accelerators. And of course, by open sourcing our theme, it's now accessible for everyone, especially independent and junior developers who want to learn to work with Magento, and students who are still in school. And hopefully we can spark a new wave of open source extensions and collaborations, because everyone can get access to the Hyvä theme now. And just to give you a little bit of a comparison, I've showed you earlier that there are 6.7K live stores using our theme now. We crossed the 2,000 downloads for the free theme in the past couple of months. So approximately 4 months after we open sourced the theme. So it really shows it is, in my opinion, it already was kind of the default Magento theme for the front end, but with all of these downloads we've seen on the last couple of months, we really see the adoption worldwide, and we expect therefore the line of growth in the team to continue in the next couple of years. So also we are nurturing sustainability of the Magento ecosystem. So because the team is free now, new businesses, especially the smaller ones, can use Magento now on the budget. And really growing the market and allowing merchants to grow with the Magento platform if they start using it. And finally, I thought there was one more slide, but I guess we are done talking about the open source. It's free now. So I quickly want to talk about all of our other solutions as well. And this one is particularly interesting because it really aligns with the theme. It's called Hyvä UI. It's an extensive UI library which developers can use to effortlessly browse and copy and paste desired elements in the theme. So there's no need to develop all of these components from scratch anymore. You can simply copy them from Hyvä UI, paste them in your theme, and then that's that. So this even lowers the time to market even more. For example, just to give you a brief explanation of what these components are, your header or your footer, or the way you show your products on the homepage, for example, those are all different kind of components, which of course, if you want to customize it, you can go ahead and do that. But often there's not much to customize about a footer, or there's just a couple of different structures you want to choose from. So that's all in UI. It's basically one big Figma file that you can use, and we continuously add new components to Hyvä UI. And this comes with a cost of, I would say, only 250 euros one time, one off. So you would pay once for this. You get access to Hyvä UI, and you can keep using all of these components in your store. Extremely helpful if you're considering rebuilding your front end with our free theme. The next solution is our checkout. So basically, when we were done fixing the Magento front end, we were thinking of where are some other elements we can improve within Magento, and we quickly stumbled over the Hyvä, or sorry, the Luma checkout, which is basically the same thing as with the front end. It is slow, it's hard to make changes to, and yeah, we decided to rebuild that from scratch with the technology, what's called MageWire. And it leads to pretty much the same results as the theme. So it's way easier to work with. It's faster to work with for developers. It's faster, so you see less abandoned carts, and then also a higher conversion rate. So yeah, ultimately a combination with from the team with the checkout, we see great improvements in terms of performance and therefore also conversion rates. And then yeah, because I'm not sure if any like who is on Magento open source, who is on Adobe Commerce, and who is using perhaps the MageOS version of Magento nowadays. But just to give you a brief explanation, we also have a product called Hyvä Enterprise, which is basically our compatibility product if you're using Adobe Commerce. So you would need this product in order to use either the theme or the checkout in combination with your Adobe Commerce store. And you might be wondering why is that? It's because Adobe Commerce, of course, offers additional features where we need to make sure that there is a compatibility with, such as yeah, the live search, data connection, product recommendations, and the B2B suite that is mentioned on this slide. How does Hyvä Checkout improve LCP? Let me pause this for a second, and then I will come back to it in the end. So yeah, the latest product we have added to our product suite is called Hyvä Commerce. And I quickly wanted to mention this because it's our new flagship product, which I feel like is combining all of the things that I just mentioned together with some new features. So yeah, over the last couple of years, we've seen yeah, that's on the next slide. We have seen a lot of hypes within the Magento and Adobe Commerce ecosystem. So we had PWA, which was sort of presented as the solution for the lack of front-end performance that's native in Magento. Of course, headless, composable, blockchain, and now even AI. There's just a lot of noise and distractions, and ultimately it led to a lot of waste of money of merchants. And we really want to focus on merchants' challenges and offering real solutions to those challenges. So, as you're probably all aware, Magento was bought by Adobe in 2018. Yeah, so basically we provide solutions to challenges and we innovate where innovation is needed. I was actually a head start for this slide already. So yeah, as you, like I said, Adobe bought Magento in 2018 and they really started focusing on their enterprise offering. And ultimately, yeah, the innovation and the new features being added to Magento open source came to a standstill. Adobe still taking care of all the security updates for Magento open source, which we are extremely grateful for, but there are no new features and functionalities added anymore to Magento open source. But of course, there are worldwide tens of thousands of merchants who still use Magento open source that are in need of a solution that further speeds up the time to market and makes it easier to configure, maintain, and use their Magento store on a daily basis. New functionalities and tools in the admin panel to increase the store owners' team's productivity and happiness, and a roadmap that shows what new features are coming to the Magento platform to ensure that these merchants are supported for long-term growth. So yeah, we are not that modest, but we think it's the best version of Magento open source that has been around there. And why is that? Because we have added additional features to Hyvä Commerce. So it's ultimately a product suite built on top of Magento, so there's no need to migrate to a new platform or whatsoever. Those are all features we are adding on top of existing Magento environment. And I quickly wanted to go over some of the features that we have included at the moment. So a couple of the features who are in Hyvä Commerce at the moment. And one of the most requested features by our partners is a brand new CMS, because the CMS that is by default within Magento open source, the page builder, isn't that fun and nice to work with. So we have rebuilt a brand new CMS that has content scheduling, a live preview, AI translations. It's really easy, even for me as a non-developer, to build static pages and blocks in Magento, and soon it's coming to the POPs, to the category pages, and to the product pages as well. There is an image editor in there. There's media optimization to make sure if you accidentally upload a 10 megabyte image, it doesn't show on the front end. There is a brand new admin dashboard, which you can create your own dashboard with all valuable information. As soon as you log into your Magento environment, you see whatever you would like to see there in terms of statistics. And then finally, we also give it a nice new design based on what was done for MageOS, so it looks a little bit more modern. And yeah, to quickly end up at the roadmap, we are looking to add a menu builder to it as well. We are looking to add linked products. We are looking to add category merchandising. We are looking to fix the email templates that is also quite difficult to work with in Magento at the moment. So basically, we are adding a bunch of new features and functionalities to make your day-to-day life with Magento open source easier. Of course, this can be used with Adobe Commerce as well, but you would need your enterprise, Hyvä Enterprise as well for the compatibility. And to end off with the pricing, because of course it doesn't come for free. Hyvä Commerce is an annual subscription of 3,000 euros per year, which includes 12 months of support and updates. It's valid for one Magento 2 installation with unlimited amount of domains and store views. And very important, it includes the free theme now, Hyvä UI, but also Hyvä Checkout. So it really bundles all of our solutions together. And I'm not sure if that's the case in the audience today, but if you would already have invested in the theme when it was still a paid solution or the checkout, this will be deducted as a cashback from the first year of Hyvä Commerce. So if you would invest at both were 1,000 euro each, the first year of Hyvä Commerce would only cost you 1,000 euros, and you would get access to all of the features I've just mentioned and to everything that we are looking to release soon that is still on our roadmap. That was my bit regarding all of what we've been up to the last couple of years and how we hopefully can contribute to the success of your online store. Anna, do you want to?
Yeah, I will step in here. We will also go back to the questions. I know there are a few, they're waiting, and we will cover those. I want to thank Tom for this great presentation. We've been working together for some time, but every time we do a mutual or a co-hosting event, there is always something new to learn. So it was something to learn for me as well. And I want to do a quick part on M2E site here. And just as Tom mentioned and shared how Hyvä can make your Magento and your storefront faster, easier, lighter, and maybe even conversion friendly. I suggest that we also talk a little bit about what can be happening at the back or behind the scenes, because this is where M2E steps in. And we all know that the performance alone doesn't let the revenue grow just because the store is selling in one place. This is why M2E has been on the market to turn Magento from a single storefront into a multi-channel commerce engine. And today, M2E Pro is not just an extension. We have built a great ecosystem around Magento. And for us, throughout the years, because we have been on e-commerce market and with Magento for over 18 or almost 20 years, it's been a priority for us to build deep integrations, to automate synchronizations, and to learn the specifics of each channel that we work with. So having this experience allows us to help merchants expand in an easy and, I would say, comfortable way. And we have been working not just with specific parts of store, but have been covering, and we do cover all parts of the life cycle of a product, from product management to the order synchronization and inventory control to make your Magento as a central or center of operations while you're also selling globally. And you know that today buyers don't shop from a single place, and this is I think the competition of today's world to win buyers across the globe and to have a chance to reach different groups of shoppers and different kind of shoppers in all regions and countries that you can allow your stores to grow to. And this is just a quick overview of where M2E integrations reach, and some of the businesses that we work with actually sell in most parts of the globe. So it's not just a theoretical kind of idea of how stores can grow. It's actually case studies, live case studies that we are proud of, and we have been supporting for years. Also, just a quick overlook that even though we have been around Magento and basically mainly on Adobe Commerce for years, we are also letting businesses expand to other platforms. So sometimes businesses run their stores on a few platforms, and for us, it's always an important kind of feature about businesses. So we are open to discussions, open to different integrations. Feel free to share your setups. We'll be helping you out with questions or suggestions and advice. And a little bit more on what it actually means for M2E to turn your Magento into a multi-channel e-commerce center instead of just running a store that is selling in one place. Because very often sellers would be very careful with the inventory and inventory control and product synchronization. So to to give you an overview of what is happening in M2E, this, I think, schema describes a very basic flow of what is actually happening to a product and to an order when an integration is connected. So we work with the Magento catalog. We work those products that you choose to sell on a selected marketplace. We synchronize it to the channel and make it visible to a buyer in a way that you define, but also complying with the requirements of each channel, because you know that the channels are quite diverse and the requirements can also vary. And at the same time, we import the orders to the same point of sale, to your Magento, making sure that the order is created along with your Magento sales, and it's created in a way that you are managing your other Magento sales, including ERP systems and order statuses, etc. So the main idea is here that we maintain the stock control, the update of the product details and information across all the channels that you connect. And we do import orders to the one center of your order management. There's an important feature here, which we call the stock reservation, kind of protects you from overselling. I will also mention it on one of other slides. But since we've been working with this flow for years, we're trying to improve it, looking for, like any parts where something can go wrong and improve it to make sure that it's stable and with no flaws. Once again, just a few points here to highlight. The inventory control is centralized. It means that your Magento catalog is the main data source for us, and you're welcome to let M2E know which, let's say, product or which product sources are open and available for each channel. M2E will be synchronizing data from the stock that you define for the extension, and we'll make sure that the product is, for example, stopped when it runs out in a specific warehouse, let's say, or it's temporarily paused, or it needs an update, and you wish to, let's say, terminate sales on a particular channel, but not on the others. So for us, this is one of the main tasks to make sure there are no oversales. And although you are selling not just on Magento and also on a few channels at the same time, we will still maintain and make this happen for you flawlessly. Another feature here that also is important for us, this is the automation, and especially such things as price updates, because we understand that price, this is one of the key parameters that buyers look at when they go shopping. And for us, it was important to make sure we provide enough tools and services to make sure that when selling across different channels, you have these possibilities to automate pricing updates during the period of times, or depending on a certain marketplace with special prices, etc. So you are welcome to define rules for pricing. You're welcome to define the automatic synchronization updates to let M2E do the work for you, so you don't have to come back and intrude into the process and make this happen automatically. And we're also proud to say that we have been working with such services as repricers. Right now, we have them available for Amazon and for Walmart, and we are still kind of have more plans on the repricer in our roadmap, including 2026 as well. So if you have questions about those services, you're welcome. We'll share them with you. So in total, what is actually happening when you are investing in your Magento? Thanks to Hyvä, for example, right? It can be faster, lighter, and easier. Thanks to M2E, it can be more distributed just because you choose where also you want to advertise your products, on what markets and to what buyers. And of course, the main thing here is the automation. And we have been talking about the automation all the time, just because we wish to make the process fully working itself without you needing to come in and make changes or manual updates. And one last thing here, we all back it up with the what we believe very important thing is analytics, because since we do have access to this kind of data. When we work with businesses, we work with APIs, we work with buyers across different channels. We understand that the greater the scale is that your store grows and more markets you cover, the more complex decisions you have to make, where products are more selling, where they are not as good as they could be, or when to restock certain categories, and so on, so on. So all of these numbers, they are available in Sales Analytics. This is the service developed by M2E. It's available to sellers and customers of M2E the moment you connect your channel account. For right now, it's the service that is offered free of charge, so you don't have to pay any extra fees for that. But we really want it to make e-commerce story more kind of efficient for you. And we believe since you have access to the numbers, you can make smarter decisions. Pretty much this is it that I wanted to mention today. And I want to thank you once again for joining us today. You're welcome to email us or email Tom as well. And I suggest that we switch to this Q&A session right now and try to cover the questions that we have been asked so far. Tom, if you've seen the questions that you are ready to answer or you wish to start with, you're welcome. I'll follow.
Yes, sure. Let's go just from the top to the bottom. I think we've covered how much the theme costs. Then a question from Kyle. How does Hyvä Checkout improve largest contentful paint, LCP? Well, because the checkout was built from scratch by using a modern technology stack, it's way lighter when you compare it to the Luma checkout, and therefore the overall performance of your checkout improves. Also, this lightweight nature ensures that these critical resources, such as the form fields you have in the checkout and the page layout itself, are loaded and rendered almost immediately, and therefore you would pass the LCP score by default. So yeah, it's basically because it's just it's not so bloated and old-fashioned as Knockout or require yes, which come with Magento by default. And I think the question below that is also, for me, what is the main advantage of Hyvä Enterprise over a combination of Hyvä Commerce plus Hyvä Checkout? Asked by Mark. Well, the Hyvä Enterprise, and I know it's a little bit hard to understand, but the Hyvä Enterprise is only the compatibility for Adobe Commerce. So there's no additional features within Hyvä Enterprise itself apart from the compatibility. So you would always, if you are on Adobe Commerce and would like to use the checkout or commerce, you would need Hyvä Enterprise as well. That being said, you say over a combination of Hyvä Commerce plus Hyvä Checkout. Checkout is part of Hyvä Commerce, so it's all of the features I explained, plus the team, plus UI, plus checkout. So it's all of our products combined. So you would not need to separately order the checkout if you go for commerce. It's like with commerce, you have everything in once, and then if you use Adobe Commerce, then you would need to pay for Hyvä Enterprise on top of that. But if you're not on Adobe Commerce, then that's not needed. I think Anna, the next question is for you.
Yeah, I'll cover those. Yeah. Thank you for raising these questions. They are actually pretty popular in the emails, especially about the compliance requirements. So there are two questions. Can M2E support multi-country listings on Amazon EU? And how does M2E support EU-specific compliance requirements? Yes, we do support. We support all of Amazon marketplaces that are available. And actually, we've been working with Amazon since 2009. And all of the markets. And I think I haven't mentioned it during the slide, but for us, it's very important to make everything also flexible. Although it's automated and built around Magento, it has to be flexible. And when you list on different markets, you will know the groups of products which are listed to each market. And you will also be defining rules specifically for each market, and you will be defining group of products that you wish to sell on each market. Also, you can and kind of resell the same group of products on a new European market. This is also possible. So we are trying to play around that to satisfy all kind of business setups and needs. And also the same story about orders. When orders come in from, let's say, a Amazon Germany or Amazon Italy, you will definitely see the source of an order and market where it's coming from. And you can also play with such settings as order numbers. You can use the native Magento numbers when they are created in your Magento sales, or you can add like prefixes to make them stand out and see the, let's say, Amazon Germany market in the list of all of your sales. So yes, we do the unified accounts as well. So you're welcome to ask us more details actually when you start selling there. And about the listing compliance, throughout the last year or a couple of years, it's been a great topic for many sellers, and we understand, especially in EU, how important is it to comply with requirements, because you wouldn't be able to sell if your products don't come and meet the restrictions. So in each category that you list your product in, you will see a list of requirements that have to be satisfied. And again, back to flexibility, we either let you fill these requirements out with the values in M2E, or pull this information from Magento. If you already have it in certain attributes, we'll just synchronize the data or the content of a particular attribute to Amazon, eBay, and any other channel that you list your products. I think we are good here.
I think we have one more regarding backend optimization from Kyle as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I can quickly touch on that. The open and honest answer is yes. Hyvä mainly, if not only, touches the front end. And yeah, if you would have an extremely slow backend, that would also impact the performance of your store in many ways. I would say the amount of optimizations you do there really depends on your store. We have clients who have multiple millions of products. Yeah, if you don't do any backend optimization there, then things will not run at all. But then on the other side, if you perhaps have a less extensive database or product base, then this might be less needed. But generally speaking, yeah, those two are separate things, front end and back end, and I think you should always also take a close eye on back end performance and optimizations.